Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in today. Real quick, I want to talk about something that's been bothering me to my core for a few days now, and that is the discourse amongst Chargers fans since the Kyle Pitts news released. And honestly, it's not even so much about discourse amongst the fans, it's that the overwhelming feedback that I'm seeing is we don't need Kyle Pitts. We don't want Kyle Pitts, not for the price of a day two pick. And I get that we just came off the heels of the draft, and I get that we are very invested in Joe Ortiz as our new general manager and what he's been able to do. I would ship a day two pick without even thinking about it for Kyle Pitts. Without even thinking about it. Wouldn't, nope, nope, like that. Make the phone call, be on the horn, especially if it's a round three pick. I would happily ship off Aronde Gadsden and a third round pick for Kyle Pitts. Now, is that a little bit much? Maybe. Ronda Gaston in a fourth, for sure. Wouldn't even think about it. But I don't know if we are have prospect fatigue. I don't know if they're just mostly stat watchers. Um, I don't know. I don't know. But Kyle Pitts is 24 years old. The highest drafted tight end ever. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the highest drafted tight end ever at the fourth overall pick. Um, and just a freak athlete of a prospect. Now, measurables wise, very similar to Aronde Gadsden. In fact, I would go so far as to say that Aronde Gadsden's ceiling and excited Chargers fans' possible expectations should be that he turns into Kyle Pitts. This is a guy on a rookie contract year, looking to ball out. Obviously, that's a little bit cost control. I'll hear the cost control argument. Um, But are you guys watching Kyle Pitts play football? Are we just watching box scores? Are we a bunch of frustrated fantasy football owners? Or are we watching Kyle Pitts play football? Because the Atlanta offense has been messy, to say the least. It's had some hot streaks. But I think we are somehow forgetting how poor our offensive weapon situation has been for the past two seasons. I think we might be forgetting because of the draft class that we still need help on the offensive side of the football. Now, maybe we don't. There's a slim chance that we don't. There is a chance that obviously Ladd's a stud. I am higher on Trey Harris than I think the majority of people are. And I have a separate video for Trey Harris coming out in like an hour. Um, that's two offensive positions. The team can still get better. Is that being lost on people? That the team can be better. We can have a high powered offense. You can have the way too much to work with. That's a good thing to have. You can be like all the other teams who keep wheeling and dealing on offense to just become nuclear weapons on offense. Like it's okay. That's okay to do. Kyle Pitts does that. Like if you wanted Colston Loveland and you don't want Kyle Pitts, excuse me, can someone justify it for me? Because Kyle Pitts is still an absolute freak of a prospect. He's 24 years old. What are we even talking about here? Haronde Gadsden's 22. Well, he's going to be 22 in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I think literally 3 weeks from now, he'll be 22 years old. So they're only a 2 year difference. It's not a massive difference. The cost control, but I mean, you were talking about Aronde Gadsden falling to the fifth. It's not like he's out here. Every single person under the sun is racing to the podium to go draft him. Great offensive skill set. Injuries are a concern. 2 out of 4 seasons lost. Fifth round prospect. That is typically someone that you get limited snaps from and special teams contribution and you are pleased with. They're not all Cam Hart. They're not all Tarheeb Still. They're usually not. Like I don't. I think you guys are forgetting what the offense looked like. If Trey Harris takes a little bit of time to work out, which most rookie receivers do. Very few people are Malik Neighbors of the world. Even Lad McConkey took a little bit of time to get rolling. almost every great receiver has. Justin Jefferson had like one solid, really good game in his first six. Like, they don't all just explode. Trey Harris could take some time to get rolling. The offense does not have a whole lot of wiggle room. Tyler Conklin is a serviceable veteran tight end. You are right. Will Disley? I love Will Disley. I love Uncle Will. I really do. He is not an offensive firepower type of piece. Like look at what the Chargers have done with every tight end. Let's touch on 2 points here. Let's talk about the Chargers first. The Chargers have made all of the career tight end years. It's what we do. So obviously Hunter Henry, incredible years with the Chargers. Gerald Everett, career years with the Chargers. Will Disley, career year with the Chargers. We have two top five tight ends of all time. Top seven for sure. Of all time, some of the best to ever do it from the offensive side of the football. Justin Herbert loves a tight end. Greg Roman doesn't know how to use a running back in the flat as a security valve, so therefore we need a tight end. What did we see a whole lot of last year? Uh, Verticals, four verts with tight ends on the field or indoor fullbacks. Don't know why. But so clearly we want to use tight ends. We want to use the size as a leverage point. Um, I can't, I'm beyond words that anyone would think anything other than, man, it would be sweet to go get Kyle Pitts. Because, dude, it would be badass. And I'll be honest, I'm a Kyle Pitts fanboy through and through. Not going to argue with you about it. Um, it's because I watched a lot of Kyle Pitts in college. And I watch a lot of Falcons football because I like Kyle Pitts. And they've always been kind of my NFC team, but that's beside the point. Um, I think he's an incredible prospect still. I think he's being underutilized. I think he's had a tremendous amount of terribly thrown balls come his way and weird luck, kind of like the Justin Herbert bouncing off people's hands into interceptions kind of year. I've seen a lot of stuff. Good catch, Nate. Um, from Kyle Pitts, I've seen a lot of that type of things happen. Like I watch him play football, and all I can think about is how much he drastically upgrades this offense. And there's no questions. Like, could a Rondé Gadsden be exactly what Kyle Pitts is? Absolutely. You are 1000% correct. Look at the measurables. Pitts is 6'6, Gadsden 6'5. 250 versus 243, and I think Pitts was 245 coming into the league. 33 and a half inch uh, vert versus 33 and 3/4, 3/8, sorry. 10 and 5/8 hand size versus 10-inch hand size. Prospect wise, like they're the same, very similar. But Kyle Pitts has a proven track record of somewhat production. Like, yeah, it's still been weak. I mean, 600 yards, 2 years, 1,000 yards rookie year, 356 in 10 games his sophomore year. Like, not incredible eye popping numbers, but like that was Arthur Smith and company. And then last year again, I watch the games and I see him as a difference maker. And I hear two things. He hasn't done anything since his rookie year. Watch the games. Tell me what you see. He's open all of the time. He's almost never the first read. When they line him up out wide, good things happen. When they line him up in line, that he doesn't ever get looks. It's from an offensive scheming perspective, and Greg Roman's known to ruin things too. So maybe he'll ruin Kyle Pitts over with the Chargers too. But that's I see a Rondé Gadsden ceiling in Kyle Pitts, or really damn close to it. And so I just don't know why you wouldn't take the immediate upgrade for the price that he is. A day two pick is not that valuable to me, like especially if we're talking a day two pick being a third round pick, and especially if Rondé Gadsden's role is going to be filled by Kyle Pitts. And if you want to bring him in as an additional tight end and then keep Gadsden, that's fine by me too. You want to insulate yourself on the risk side of things, go right ahead. But I just can't justify the immediate scoffing it off like it's no big deal. And then the second thing that I see a lot of is we're set with Conklin, Disley, and Gadsden. So here, I guess we weren't satisfied with the Conklin signing as a fan base. We all wanted Evan Ingram or somebody else, or go get Mark Andrews or go get Dallas Goddard. Like we were all on the same page with that. 95% of the Chargers fan community. And we got Tyler Conklin, who I really like, who's very much up there in years, who has a lot of wear on the tires, a lot of tread, not a whole lot of tread left on the tires. And so, do I think he could be another career year Chargers player? Yes, I do. Do I want Justin Herbert to have to make the best out of a situation that isn't necessarily ideal? No. That's what we're all trying to avoid. You have Will Disley, who we all knew we needed an upgrade of last year. He did a lot of things to an incredible level that he was shouldn't have been asked to do. We can all agree on that. Thank you, Uncle Will, for everything you did last year. But that's not what we brought him in to do. And then you have Gadsden. So what's really changed? And don't get me wrong, we have Gadsden in the fifth round. How many of us wanted Loveland or Warren at the beginning of the draft? How many of us wanted Arroyo or frickin' Mason Taylor? Anybody else? We all did. All of us. We all talked about tight ends. First round tight ends, second round tight ends, third round tight ends. We talked about it at length because we knew we needed an upgrade at the position. And we get Oronde Gadsden in the fifth, and he has some flashes, but man, are we really willing to just give up on even somewhat of a surefire thing? Someone that we know improves the offense immediately. I'm not. I'm not at all. And I'm not saying I'm going to be livid if any other team, probably not in the AFC West, but any other team trades for him. And like, that's not where I'm at. But man, if you're saying you don't want to upgrade this roster, it's crazy talk to me. Crazy talk to me. I don't understand where y'all coming from that perspective. Um, I just I don't see it at all. And not only that, let's even just take into consideration the fact that we don't want him going anywhere else. Could you imagine if Kyle Pitts goes to the Chiefs? Three knocks on wood for that one, because Jesus, that would be horrible. World ending, life ending, not life ending. Call suicide hotline if you want to hurt yourself. No, if that was insensitive, I'm sorry. But besides the point, like let's not downgrade this. This offense has not come as far as we think. And that's the other thing I want to talk about. Like, yes, we needed to double dip on the offense. And same thing we thought last year. We triple dipped at wide receiver. Last year we got Ladd hit. Then we got two seventh round receivers. One of those guys will hit, right? They didn't. Well, it's okay. We'll insulate ourselves as veterans. They didn't. It did not work. Mike Williams might be a shell of himself. I don't think he's gonna. But he has an injury history. He's up there in age. He's not a long term plan by any means. Be nice to have him, but we know that he's not on the field and available all the time. We got Trey Harris. I'm extremely high on him. Again, he might take time to develop. He might not be that guy right out of the gates. We've taken a first round receiver before. Look how that worked out. So, KLS is KLS. He's a fourth round pick. Do I like him as a player? Yes. Does he have a role in an offense? Yes. Is he a full time starter? To me, absolutely not. Is he going to be a full time starter this year? God, I sure as heck hope not. If he proves me wrong, cool, go right ahead. Does he likely have more of a Jalen Hyatt role on the offense in the first year, especially? Probably. Why are we passing up downgrades or upgrades for no reason? Why are we just willing to downgrade our roster? It's it's asinine to me. It's like the fantasy football people who only want rookie draft picks ever and never actually use them towards building a roster. It's the same thing here. It's like we're hoarding potential. Well, what if this guy turns into this? We can't let him go. And what if this pick turns into this? Look at all of the people that you aspire to be. Look at the Lions and the Chiefs and the Eagles and how they're performing. And no, they go get the guy that they want to get. They have no problem, no concern going up and getting the guy that they get. And then you look at the Bills, who keep letting the Chiefs trade up. And they trade back because they want more picks. They want to insulate their roster. And look how that's working out for them by comparison. Yes, they're still a very strong team off of the back of Josh Allen. But the more I look at the Bills, I don't see them as a playoff team if they didn't have Josh Allen. Like, I don't see them as a well rounded roster. You know who does have a well rounded roster? The Eagles, the Chiefs, the Lions. to an incredible level. And on top of that, let's look at even just second year tight ends or second team tight ends. Like the first one that comes to mind to me is TJ Hawkinson. He was great with the Lions. He was incredible with the Vikings outside of the injuries. Incredible. Um, who else has been traded recently that had a great emergence in his second contract? Later teams, Evan Ingram, for example, are not even necessarily second teams, but later emergences. These year 4, 5, 6 breakouts. Like I feel like we keep seeing more and more of them. And we keep wanting to count on the young guys and the Laportas. And even Laporta had a great first year, and then that fell off. Like I was said, unless you have a Brock Bowers, who everybody in the league knows is going to be a generational tight end, who's going to immediately be a top tight end in the league, and ends up being probably the best in his rookie year. Like George Kittle didn't break out till like his third year. Travis Kelsey didn't break out till like his fourth year. He's like 27 years old, I swear to God, by the time he broke out. Like, what are we talking about? Being unwilling to go get someone who's a top 5 pick in the NFL draft and a very consensus generational, which I don't think he's generational, but a freak athlete playing the tight end position. Why would we pass that up? I don't know. You guys tell me because I'm not willing to do it. But let me know what you guys think. If you have a well rounded argument, please let me know. I would love the feedback. I want to know what your genuine reasoning is. Are you completely out on Kyle Pitts? Are you that in on Rondé Gadsden? Are you that attached to our future day 2 picks? Let me know what your reason is, why you disagree, or if you agree. That's always nice to hear too. So, either way, love the feedback. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Go Bolts. Thanks for tuning in. If you like what you heard, please give me a follow on Twitter or X at Erdman Chargers. Or if you're not already there, go ahead and hop over to my YouTube channel, like or subscribe at Nature's Calls Pod. Thanks for listening.